Alright guys, this is the video of the FNMA dump as promised. I was recording this live as it was going on, but this is actually, I'm just providing commentary over it because the audio that was being recorded at the time was just me and my friend that I trade with. We were just cussing back and forth at each other. So I didn't feel that I'd be of much help to you guys. So I'm making this video basically to show you guys what's going through my mind, what's my thought process as this is going on, what I'm seeing on the level 2, what I'm seeing on the charts. Hopefully it will help you guys execute perfect bounce trades in the future. You know, buying at the exact bottom and selling at the exact top. So basically, before even jumping into what's going on here, I want to go ahead and just say that I actually spent a lot of time the night before preparing for a trade. If I anticipate that there's going to be a big play such as a dump and bounce play coming, I go ahead and spend the night before and write down a bunch of information such as volume criteria, supports and resistances, key levels where I would expect the bounce to happen. And this really helps immensely, and I recommend anyone who is not doing this to go ahead and do this right away. You know, I just have like a kind of like a notepad file, and I just write it all in there. So I mean, that's all it takes. So I really strongly recommend you guys do that. So to start the commentary here, I wanted to go ahead and just say that the first thing that you should notice is the orders going below the bid. Okay, so that means people are they just want out. You know, they just want to just get the fuck out of here. They're just market ordering, just orders below, limit orders below the bid. They just want out. Okay, and that's causing the stock causing the bids to drop. All right, and then it's also, you know, the shorts are licking their chops here. They're gonna try to get in on this money here. And as you can see here, the ask is consistently a lot more stacked compared to the bids. Bids are thinning out like crazy. You see the ask size is consistently much bigger than the bid size. You got huge blocks. Like you see here, you got auto 122K on the ask. You got nothing anywhere close to that on the bid side. And basically that means that they are destroying the shit out of this thing, and they are not looking to cover anytime soon. So yeah, you got CEDO with 1.3 mil, you got auto with 1.1 mil. This is just absolutely just being killed at the moment. And another thing to note is that I want to say with every stock there's always one or two or you know, a handful of MMs that are always in control of manipulating the stock, and especially very prominent in OTCs. As you know, WDCO was a very prominent MM that controlled the APS picks, as well as occasionally, you know, CSCI vert. Here, as you guys may have identified, it is ARCA who is running the show. And basically, anytime ARCA is on the ask and refuses to move, the stock will go down. And anytime he is on the bid, aggressively absorbing all the shares and propping it up, the stock will go up. So here the key thing is watching ARCA and what he's trying to do, and watching the MMs who are very evidently shorting, like CEDO and ATDF. Just stack the ask completely, and at the same time you want to see the prints go below the bid to indicate that the crash is still going on. So ARCA, as you see, still on the top of the ask here, 15K, 342. CEDO and ETDF still part of the stack there. Just very aggressive down ticking. All the supports being broken. I have the next support I have written down is 315, 310. So this thing has a long way to go. No sign of a bounce yet. No bid stack. No big bid sizes on the bid. Again, you still see Auto, Arca, there you go, still on the ask. No sign of Arca on the bid. He's all the way down there at 330. That means he's not covering anytime soon. There you go, yeah, Auto, 178K. Prints below the bid, still going on, 330 print right there, 6K. You got a little bit of a bid stack there. That's where Arca was. He hasn't down ticked yet. Let's see if we can bounce there at 330. So you got Night there. And you're cutting the ask at 331. Arca still there. Vert. 330 is getting hit. Now you see the 330 is getting dropped off. Okay. Arca. Okay. There you go. Arca 327. 330s are going to go down. Alright, we got CDL, it looks like to be a cover there. You got whacked, 40K. Arca, maybe a little cover there, 40K, but still no bid stack. Ask is still thickening. There you go. Arca just jumps right there. 331 on the ask. There you go. Auto comes back. CDL. Auto and CDL. Right there. You got like 1 million plus shares on the ask there at 330, where the bid stack was. And Arca is way down there at 322. This thing is just gonna drop. There you go. Arca again, 328. Just so much aggressive down ticking, no concrete solid bid support, and that means there's no real buyers really at the moment. And those of you that, if you were unfortunate enough to get stuck in this, I mean, first of all, it really sucks, but the reason why you guys couldn't get filled was because there were probably no real buyers. The number of sellers, short sellers, were just greatly outnumbering the people that are trying to buy or cover. So that's why you guys could not get filled. And that's why I always advise that you guys always sell on the way up. You know, if you're caught on a down move like this, you're not going to be able to sell at all, you know, until like the thing drops like, you know, sometimes 20-30%. So I mean, to avoid being in that situation, you want to be able to sell on the way up, you know, while there's still people buying the stock, as opposed to, you know, all the bids disappearing here. So as you can see, the stock has gone below 320. It's approaching the 315 support that I had written down at 310. It doesn't look like there's much there, to be honest. Arca again, top of the ask, 318. Huge ass stack, disproportionate to the bids. More dumps on the bid. Very few orders going through on the ask side, all on the bid. All on the bid or below the bid price. People still just whacking the shit out of this thing. There you go, Arca again, 318. Look at that. Almost no bid support. Look at the volume. Consistent 2 million volume. Okay, so we got some bids here at 310. So maybe there's a chance here that 310s might hold. Got some blacks there at 310. There's some bids at 310. There we go. And the 310s are starting to thin out, and the 312s are stacking. Same culprit, still there. CDL, Auto, Arca, and 310s are not going to hold here. Look at that. 1 million. Over 1 million shares on the ask. This is just ridiculous. Stock's already down 24%. Straight down. All red candles on the chart. Consistent 2 million volume. This thing's been dropping for like an hour. Look at that, 3's printed. Stop losses are going to probably go off here. So basically, when it comes to a bounce play, what I'm looking for is some sort of bid stack and orders going through on the ask. Basically, the reverse of what I've been talking about so far. You want to see a bid stack that is proportionally large compared to the ask. You want to see orders go through on the ask or higher than the ask price. You want to see large bid orders and small ask orders. You want to see the MMs who are consistently downticking on the ask to start to show up as part of the bid stack. So if you start seeing Auto, CDEL, and ARCA aggressively prop up the bid, and they're part of a really big bid stack, and the ask starts thinning out and you start seeing orders go through in the ask or higher, you probably got a good chance that that's probably the bottom. So we have not seen that yet. We're going to get 3's going down. Look at that ass size at 3. Alright, so I'm just going to leave the video running. I pretty much said what I wanted to say so far. I'm going to start making comments again once the real bottom hits. So if you guys want to fast forward through this, you could, but I just want to leave the footage in so you guys can, kind of study it and see what's going on here for future references. So I'm just going to shut up and let you guys watch the video. Alright guys, sorry it's pretty late over here and just trying to eat dinner. So as you can see, the 250s are going down. Stock is still crashing. The same MMs are on the ask. What do you see? Oh, the article's back there. We got a couple MMs there sitting at 240. But the orders are still going through on the bid side or lower. There's pretty much little to no bid support still. Let's see. Nope. 240 is getting hit. Looks like the 240s are going down. MMs are dropping off. Arca's just parking his ass on the ask. Ask getting bigger. And that ATD up. Back at it again. C-Dell. Ask lower than the bid. Doesn't make sense. Still getting prints below the bid. No solid bid support. Arca still down, taking huge ask at 239. So once the stock finally finds support, you'll see that it will stall a little bit. You'll start getting kind of like the price will kind of stall a little bit. Action will just all take place at a certain price level, and it's going to come up pretty soon. Anytime there's any form of bid support, it just gets whacked instantly. Look at that. Still big ass cap. 235. This is absolutely incredible. Still no bid support. Okay, now you're getting a couple of prints above the ask. Bid support going a little bit. Okay, 230 is getting hit. Getting some stalling here. Just gotta wait for that bid support. It's also important to note that I have FMCC there at the top. That's also helps as an indicator to see if FNMA will bounce as well. A lot of shares being absorbed around here. 9 million on the swelling candle. Still a bunch of prints going through at 230. Got some bid support there, 229. Okay, now you got an uptick for once. See if that holds. You got some prints above bid. Alright, here we go. Alright, this is looking like it's probably it right here. You got a green candle. And at this point, I believe I put in my order for 24,000 shares. I believe I put it 10 cents above the ask. And I got filled at around 231. As you can see, ARCA showing size for the first time in a while. There you go. Now he's chasing it up. This is the bottom. No big share sizes on the ask. You got CDEL, 42K. ARCA, 66K, 67K. There you go. Now the MMs are scrambling to cover, and they're going to push the stock up. ATDF, CDEL, ARCA, you're going to start seeing some big bids from them trying to cover their positions. So a lot of you guys ask, how do you get filled at the bottom? And basically it's a couple of things. First thing is, probably the most important thing, is you can't hesitate. If you second guess yourself and you hesitate, it doesn't matter what broker you have, you're probably not going to get filled. I mean, it's just a matter of seconds. If you hesitate for a split second, you're not going to get filled. That's just how it is. Okay, and then the next thing is, you know, data does take time to travel. So if you have really slow internet, I would definitely fork out an extra couple bucks a month and get really fast internet. I recently upgraded to a 35 Mbit connection, and it's absolutely amazing. The last thing is putting an order above the ask. So supposedly putting a higher limit order gives you priority. The priority goes, market order goes first, and then limit order, but I would never recommend a market order because you're at the risk of a fat finger fill. And if you guys don't know what a fat finger fill is, it's a fill above the ask at sometimes at a ridiculously high price, so you could put yourself in a pretty bad situation. So what I usually do is I just put an order about 5 or 10 cents above the ask if I really want to get filled. And I know that the stock is going to bounce more than 5 or 10 cents in the event that I do get a bad fill 5 or 10 cents above the current price. So yeah, supposedly that gives you priority. So I definitely got filled here, 24,000 shares at 231. And my target currently is 350 to 355. because that's where the consolidation levels were yesterday. Look at that, now you got your big bids from CDL. You got auto there. You're just chasing this up. So now basically you just gotta look for the opposite of what I've been explaining so far. When you're looking to sell, you want to start seeing that ask start stacking again, the bids start to drop off. Of course, you have to put in your order before that happens, or you're probably not going to get filled. And what I do is I put the same thing. I put an order a couple cents below the bid just to make sure I get out. The important thing is, again, you cannot hesitate. Once you start seeing it starting to top off, you gotta get out as soon as possible, or you can easily lose, like I said, 20, sometimes 30% of your profits. So, you got Arca still bidding it up. You got CDL, and Auto. You got volume candle in that bounce, almost 12 million. You got a bid by Auto. This is what happens when you get mass panic, mass shorting, and now mass covering and bounce buying. You know, stock down 40-something%. The short's got to cover sometime. So yeah, you still have very aggressive bid stacking. Very few resistance. Any big blocks gonna get eaten right away. Got 122K by Auto. Just got eaten up right there. So at this point in time, you know, I have no thoughts in my mind to sell my position. The stock is clearly going to bounce up a lot more. I mean, this thing was dumping for a good hour and a half or so. It's going to bounce more than just for a couple minutes. And the shorts are panic covering here. Also keep an eye on FMCC and see what it's doing. If you see FMCC start to reverse, then you might want to consider getting your sell order ready. But everything looks completely fine to me. It looks really, really good. Very few resistance. You got some at 250, but let's see if it cracks it. Still aggressive bid stacking. So you got a little ask stack here, but then you're getting orders going through above the ask, and that's really, really key. You're getting 250 prints despite the fact that the best ask was 249. The big bids or covers are still there. $250's breaking. Absolutely no reason to sell your position here. Still got 10 minutes chasing it up. So basically, my thought process right now is targeting uh, probably a move to 355. Well, of course, if I see something I don't like, I will definitely sell my position. But target right now, based on the chart, is 355, and if it definitely cracks that, I would hold it. I will hold on to my position even longer until I start seeing something that I don't like on the level 2. Like I said, the ass stacking, the lack of bids, and the key MMs flipping sides. And that again is Arca, Cedel, Auto. Alright guys, I mean everything looks good here, so I'm just going to sit back and let you guys follow the action. Alright guys, so the stock is approaching my 350 to 355 level and is breaking it very convincingly here. The bids are still there. ARCA upticking on the bid. Still got CDEL and auto with size right there. And let's see if it can break 355. You got some prints above the above 355, 357, 358, 360. So at this point, I'm pretty convinced that this is not the sell zone. Look at that, pretty consistent. 355 is getting eaten up. So like I said, at this point I'm pretty convinced that this stock is going to probably make a run toward $4. I don't even remember how much I was up at this point, but I was up a lot of money, and despite the whole euphoria of being up a shit ton of money, you still got to think rationally and see things from a very logical perspective and have your targets and watch the level 2 action in the chart and the volume. So the level 2 and the chart, as well as the action on FMCC, are all telling me that the stock is going to move higher. So we got a wall here at 360. Let's see what it cracks that. I want to see the bid uptick a little bit more. $360 is getting hit. There you go. 360s. 360 spinning, 360 spinning out. 360 is going. 365 printed there, and ARCA jumping to the top of the bid, and 360s are going to be gone here. So yeah, at this point I was, me and my friend that I trade with via Skype were just yelling at each other, me telling him not to sell. He was freaking out and wanted to sell really badly, but I was doing my best to convince him not to sell. As you can see here, this thing is just on fire and just making a run. The last two green candles increasing volume. See this similar pattern, volume pattern on FMCC. So yeah, like I said, I'm pretty convinced that this thing is going to make a run toward $4 at this point. And 370 is coming up here. Little to no resistance. ARCA at 372. And then you got 375s printed despite the 370 best offer. You got Vert, ARCA,
top of the bid. Very little resistance on the ask. You see FMCC cracking 350 there. 100K was printed. No sign to sell here in my opinion. Yeah, 380s printed. These are market order covers slash buys here, guys. Yeah, 385 printed, despite a 374 best offer. This is ridiculous. 388. So you're getting orders going through 10 cents above the ask. 390. I mean, it doesn't get any more obvious than that. People are just panic covering or trying to get into the stock any way they can. They're putting huge limit orders above the ask, or they're hitting the market. You got FMCC with good support at 350 now. 380s. Very little resistance, still prints well above the ask. You don't see ARCA or CDEL or ATDF show any signs of trying to re-short. Yet you consistently see ARCA jumping to the top of the bid. Look at that, this is definitely making a move toward $4 at this point. Anytime there's any sort of ass stack, it's eating up. Bids are looking a little bit thin, so I would expect a top coming up shortly. We got a little bit of a resistance here on the 390s area. Again, $4. Pretty psychological. Again, the bottom was 231. Stock has already made about a 70% move off of that bottom. $4. Definitely pretty good resistance there, psychological and according to the chart. The volume has dropped off a little bit, signs that the shorts are almost done covering. So at this point I have my sell order ready, basically my finger on the trigger, as some of you guys like to say. I have an order about 5 cents below the bid that I'm upticking along with the price that I'm ready to sell. Still no sign to sell yet though. FMCC has made almost a 100% move off the bottom. Still some pretty good bids. A little bit smaller in size though. And still got a couple of MMs still chasing it up, so I'm still in at this point. Remember, you want to start seeing the opposite action. You want to see the same MMs that are kind of covering to start shorting again. And you just want to start seeing prints go below the bid, indicating that a top, we'll ride down the top. So, so far, it's still looking good. $4 critical resistance coming up. So we still got a nice bid stack here at 394. Relatively decent ask size here between 396 and 4. So let's see if that gets even up. So there you go. You got Arca trying to downtick. So he might be trying to short here. Yeah, ATDF showing back up on the ask. Yeah, a couple prints below the bid. Bid stack still there, so it's still good. Remember, the finger is on the trigger at this point. The moment I see something I don't like, my sell order is in. I believe I had my sell order in right here at around 390 limit. Not many orders going through that much higher than the ask as it did, like it did before. If the fours were to cleanly break, you would see a bunch of fours print right now. Okay, there we go. This is where I would try to get out right here. Look at the bid thin out. 395 thinning out, 396 stacking. You got everyone trying to short it again. CDEL, Auto, Arca, huge ass size, 395. You got prints going below the bid. 394, 390. Another 390, 392. You got to get out right now, guys. You cannot hesitate. If you do, you are not going to fill probably until 370 or 360 even. You got Arca not budging. Ask getting bigger and bigger. Look at that, down ticking. Huge ask by Arca at 395. Prints going below the bid. A lot of 390s printing. That means people are market ordering out, or putting limits below the current bid price. So at this point, I got out at an average of 391-ish, a little bit lower than 391. Locked in some profit. Locked in some pretty good profits, around $39,000 off of my 231 buy. You see FMCC dipping as well. Huge volume candle on that reversal there. We got 6 million volume on FNMA. That is large. That red candle is larger than the past several green candles. Definitely the top. And if you were at any point thinking about holding this, just let this be a lesson to you that anytime you see something like this, you just gotta be quick and get out of the stock. Already down 15 cents off the highs, and it's only been 5 minutes. If you had a pretty, large size position, that's a lot of money. And even then, you're probably not getting filled out here. Prints below the bid. Arca with a huge ask. CDEL, ATDF. Also on the ask. And little to no bids. Look how thin it is until 360 or 350. That's pretty scary. There, yeah, Auto coming back with a huge ask, and almost 800K there. Arca with a huge ask. Print's still going below the bid. 369. And at this point, you were still holding on to your position. I really don't know what you're thinking at this point. The stock has already dropped 25 cents off the top. So it just shows you that, you know, not hesitating and being confident, you know, in your trading abilities and being able to make a quick decision in a relatively short period of time, and I'm talking about seconds, it makes a world of a difference. You know, it makes a world of difference between being filled at 395 and being filled at 360. You just simply cannot hesitate in this game, or you're not going to make any money, or even worse, lose money. So, we got 360, 35 cents off the highs, and we haven't even closed the third candle since the top hit. FMCC has dropped 60 cents off the top. And yeah, that's all I had recorded, I guess. And I hope you guys learned something here. It's just, you cannot hesitate. You just gotta be really, really confident with your trades, and you always gotta be looking for a bid stack, orders going through an ask for the buying side when you're trying to find the bottom. You want to see the MMs that were previously shorting show up on the bid. And then for the top, you want to see basically the opposite. You want to see the MMs that were previously trying to buy or cover start showing up in the ask. And you want to start seeing the orders go through on the bid. And you got to be quick, or else you're not going to get filled out. So I hope this video really, really helps. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up on Twitter. My Twitter handle is @MadAsianFootballer without the E. I'm also available in the Stockhaven chat, and I'm also on iHub. So yeah, feel free to leave a comment or something if you guys want to see me do explain something or do a video on that particular topic. Feel free to hit me up and through any of the means I just explained. So I hope this helped. So happy trading. Mad Ass out.